Hello, this is Devin Starseed with your horoscope for Wednesday, April 14th, 2021. This, for all we know, may be the source of the legend, but it is a far cry from the destruction of a continent on which had sprung forth a preternaturally advanced technological and mystical civilization. What we almost never find in public libraries or newsstand magazines or primetime television programs is the evidence from seafloor spreading and plate tectonics and from mapping the ocean floor, which shows quite unmistakably that there could have been no continent between Europe and the Americas on anything like the time scale proposed. Spurious accounts that snare the gullible are readily available. Skeptical treatments are much harder to find. Skepticism does not sell well. A bright and curious person who relies entirely on popular culture to be informed about something like Atlantis is hundreds or thousands of times more likely to come upon a fable treated uncritically than a sober and balanced assessment. Maybe Mr. Buckley should know to be more skeptical about what's dished out to him by popular culture. But apart from that, it's hard to see how it's his fault. He simply accepted what the most widely available and accessible resources of information claimed was true. For his naivete, he was systematically misled and bamboozled. Science arouses a soaring sense of wonder, but so does pseudoscience. Sparse and poor popularizations of science abandon ecological niches that pseudoscience promptly fills. If it were widely understood that claims to knowledge require adequate evidence before they can be accepted, there would be no room for pseudoscience. But a kind of Gresham's law prevails in popular culture, by which bad science drives out good. All over the world, there are enormous numbers of smart, even gifted people who harbor a passion for science. But that passion is unrequited. Surveys suggest that some 95% of Americans are, quote, scientifically illiterate. That's just the same fraction as those African Americans, almost all of them slaves, who were illiterate just before the Civil War, when severe penalties were enforced for anyone who taught a slave to read. Of course, there's a degree of arbitrariness about any determination of illiteracy, whether it applies to language or to science. But anything like 95% illiteracy is extremely dangerous. Every generation worries that educational standards are decaying. One of the oldest short essays on human history, dating from Sumer from 4,000 years ago, laments that the young are disastrously more ignorant than the generation immediately preceding.